Fellows of the Leaf, let's learn you something today. Today we are going to talk about Cuban cigars. Right here I have 5 boxes of different Cubans and then this 3-pack of Cohiba Medio Cigalos. So on every box of Cuban cigars, you are going to have this government seal here. You could see Republic de Cuba, and each government seal will have a hologram on it. They also have a barcode here with a number on it. This same number is also in very small print right in here. So those two numbers need to match, first and foremost. I'll explain those numbers in a little bit. Next on each box of Cuban cigars will be this top Habano seal. It's got a goldish band going on it. This second band, you won't see it on every box of cigars. This just means that this came from La Casa del Habano, which is a factory in Cuba. And lastly, on each box of Cuban cigars, you will have this burned into the back. It's like engraved a little bit. And then the factory code and boxing date. So that RAT is the factory code, and here it was boxed in year 2020. So every box of Cubans will have this. The Cohibas do have a government seal on it with the hologram, but this will not have the barcode or box date on it because that is on the outer box of Cohibas. So these 3-packs, they come in a box of like 5 each, I believe. So the box will have 5 of these 3-packs on it, and on that box is where the actual box code and factory codes would be. I don't have that box because I just purchased these 3. These are pretty expensive, so I just went with this, but it definitely was from a legitimate source. Now, I peeled this back for the sake of showing you what will happen if somebody tried to remove a government seal from the actual box of Cubans. So if you could see, it's got these like slashes all inside, kind of like a price tag does, like when you see the price tag guns and they're marking at Walmart to prevent you from taking that price tag off and putting it on something else. Same thing they do on the government seal. So I cannot remove this and keep it intact and then place it on another box of cigars. The good thing with this barcode here, see if I could not be so blurry, but I could look that number up on this website here. So this is Habanos.com, and it'll take you to a section where you could verify that number and see what the actual Habanos website says this box of cigar is. So let's put that number. We'll put that number in and see what she says. Oh, okay, so I entered in the number. Let me show you the box code as well so you know it's the same number. If it can't be blurry. It's a little blurry. Hope you guys could read that. Pause if you need to check it because it is the real number. And then we're going to click verify. And there you go. This will come up. This is original from Habanos SA. And then it tells you what it is. Partagas Millifleurs CB 10 and 10. So that's a box of 10. Here you go. The Partagas Millifleurs. So that is how you authenticate to make sure that the box of Cuban cigars that you purchased is legitimate on the Habanos website and those actually match. So each box will have that barcode on there, so you could look that up. So that was step one. Now, some people could say that they could grab a box of cigars that are real Cubans and put fake stuff in them. So you want to also check the cigars. Now, mind you, boxes like this, they are rarely faked. Romeo and Julietas, things like that. I mean, if you're going in the beach on Mexico and somebody's trying to sell you Cubans, they're 99.9% fake. But actually in Cuba, these ones don't get faked that much because they're fairly inexpensive. It's really the Cohibas that you have to watch out for. So any slight difference. Now, mind you, Cuba is a third world country, so quality control isn't the greatest, so you might have a flaw here or there. But on Cohibas, especially, they do put a lot of time and effort to make sure that that it's legit. So let's take a look at one of the cigars. This is a Cohiba Medio Siglo. Now, first and foremost, before you even get into the band, you want to just look at the cigar. Cohibas, they take a lot of time to make sure that, their wrappers are nice and pretty flawless. This one's very nice and smooth, buttery, typical Cuban. They all have that very buttery sheen to it. Triple cap on every Cohiba, and just very well rolled. Take a look at the foot, rolled nice and tight, looking good so far. Okay, next what you want to look at is the Cohiba band itself. Now, you could look online and Google Cohiba band. It'll actually point out how far the boxes are supposed to be spaced. Make sure they're evenly spaced. And if you could see, there's a hologram on that band. Now, like I said, the white around the head, you really need to pay attention to this stuff. Now, they do get really good at faking these bands these days, and they're etching the hologram into there. It doesn't actually reflect like it's reflecting right now and showing you that like bluish yellow color, but they do etch in that extra head inside of the head, and they're getting good. That's why you really need to inspect the cigars. Now, for the most part, I don't think I've ever saw a box that had the box code sealed, factory code, everything up to this point, and have a fake cigar inside of it, but you never know. It can happen. So there you have it, folks. This video was for education purposes. There are a lot of fake Cubans out there in the world. Just watch out. We don't want you spending $400 on a box of fake cigars. We want you getting the real thing. Now, just so you know, I do not sell Cubans, so I am not trying to ploy you into buying anything from me. I strictly smoke Cubans, and I like Cuban tobacco. These are all mine. I do not give Cubans away. I do not sell Cubans. This is the effort I put in to making sure that the stuff that I get is legit. Some people feel that they don't like Cuban tobacco, and that's their preference. Everybody has their preference. Me, I think Cuban tobacco is superior in flavor, while I believe Nicaraguan tobacco and Nicaraguan made cigars are better constructed. They're top-notch constructed compared to Cubans. But as far as flavor and flavor profiles, I think Cuban is superior to every country. Again, my palate, my preference. last video, the real versus fake series I did, there is so many negative shit comments from people. And, you know, you have the right to your opinion and the right to say whatever you want. It's the internet. It's just that some of the comments, make sure you educate yourself on things because you're talking shit that you have no clue about. And just because you see one video of something on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, you feel like you're a genius in it. Do your own research. I've done tons of research on Cuban cigars, and I am confident I know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I hope this video helps some of you guys before you purchase any Cuban cigars. And you could reach out to me via Instagram or TikTok in my direct message if you want to directly ask me some questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. All right? Stay smoky, my friends.